So yesterday I saw this thread on the Google My Business subreddit. It caught my attention because I'm always looking at threads about fake reviews or review attacks. So when this person posted, I immediately recognized them because I'd helped out before on a previous post. Now they're claiming that they're under a coordinated fake review attack since September 2025. I don't believe it's a coordinated attack. I believe that people are messing with their Google business profile. I do believe and suspect that it's people testing to see what accounts and what text they can use to leave reviews and not get removed. And I'll dive into that a little bit further. But here's just a regular post by this person. Uh, they did share a link in two of their other subreddits where they link to their business profile, which is JFTB Real Estate. So they had gone to the press, and Google had gone through and removed the reviews. But unfortunately, they're still being targeted by these fraudulent reviews that violate Google's terms of service because they're not customers. They had no intention of being customers, and it's an interesting case. So I'm going to show you how JFM has had three different posts dating back a month, at least a month. So their oldest post said they had 2 to 12 reviews posted within 5 days. They linked again because they've gotten 15 plus reviews, and they're all 3 to 4 star reviews. So they're not 1 stars, they're not 2 stars, which is why I suspect that they're not being attacked. They are being targeted by whoever's doing this, but they're 3 to 4 star reviews, and the text makes absolutely zero sense. So they had originally gone to the press and media, and when they came back yesterday, I said, forget asking why or how do you get Google to do something. It's just go back to the media and have them cover the story again and accentuate the point that Google's doing nothing to protect you. They're allowing this business profile to keep getting these fraudulent reviews with little to no action being taken. And so here's their first thread where they said they've been hit with 10 to 12 reviews posted in less than 5 days, 20 plus in the last 3 weeks, and 70 reviews posted since last September. So they've been tracking this. This has been going on for 6 months now. Actually, no, it's longer than 6 months. Yeah, 6 months. Anyway, so clicked on their link and I go over to their profile for their JFTB real estate. So what we notice is just random names. Like this one is Rip On, and this other one is for Como. And so you'll see the text. It's just ridiculous. Service is worth it. This is a real estate business. This isn't somebody would really say service is worth it. Como says we'll be back. This isn't a restaurant, so it doesn't really make sense as to why they're leaving reviews. But as you'll notice, like both reviews are 3 stars, which is middle of the road. Darren Shaw says when he's looking at businesses and deciding whether he wants to engage with them and give them his business, he says he looks at 3 star reviews because 3 stars are going to be more accurate. Well, here's an outlier where 3 star reviews aren't more accurate. They're not 100% glowing and they're not 100% negative. So anyway, so I click on these profiles, and so here's the review profile for Rip On. Again, service is worth it, posted 23 hours ago. And then they also left a review for a bar in Sao Paulo, and it says more staff like this. It doesn't even these reviews don't even make any sense. Now, again, you'll notice that we have two different businesses that are being targeted with reviews, right? One in Brazil, and the JFTB Phuket listing, right? So they're not even close to each other that they're leaving these reviews for, and so that's why I don't think this guy is being singled out. Now they do keep hitting them with these with these fraudulent, goofy reviews. So let's look at the one for Como, right? Again, another prime example. A day ago, that's a review for JFTB real estate. Then they left one for this museum over here in Italy, right? But that was left 4 months ago. Again, 2 3-star reviews, and I swear this has got to be my favorite fraudulent fake review for the museum. I'm a walking advertisement. What does that even mean? It's ridiculous. So, like I said, so JFTB posted about this before. And so what I did was I systematically went through and started looking at some of the businesses that were also being left reviews, right? So these were the profiles that were leaving reviews. Here's one of my favorite ones, Ass Ass. The username was Ass Ass. So what I found was this Ankin, and I don't know this other name because it's all gibberish, both left reviews for another Phuket realtor, right? But this Ankin left a review for P4 by Anwa and for the Griffith Park in Los Angeles, California. Here's one for Mr. Khan, who left a review for JFTB and also left a review for Charlotte Theater and Westbury Library. So as you could see, there are other businesses that are all being targeted. It's not just our JFTB, right? And so you could see how it just kind of just keeps going. Now, what is interesting was Google not only went through and removed the reviews, they actually deleted the accounts that were associated with these fraudulent reviews, right? So that's what you'll see. No photo right here. It doesn't show any contributions because the account's been deleted. The link to the account is still live. It's always going to be live because Google doesn't do, well, this is like a 404 error for Google. They don't do 301 redirects when a link has been when a profile, whether it's a Google account that's left reviews, left comments, created Google listings. Once they delete that account links is still live, but it just shows nothing. So again, here's this case. It started in September. The spammers are still messing with it, still leaving fraudulent reviews. If I were to go back to their profile and start mapping out all of the review profiles and seeing who's leaving these 3 to 4 star reviews, I would start finding again more businesses that are being reviewed. I might see some of the same businesses being targeted again, or I might find a different list. But the question is what's it going to take for Google to come in and stop the review attack, find the people responsible for it, and go after them, right? Either just continue to blacklist their accounts or go and start suing the people behind it. Because I think at this point, the only thing that's going to make some changes is Google's just got to sue these people and start putting the fear of Google into them. Because right now, they don't care if their reviews get taken down. I mean, they do, but are they really checking? Does it matter when they're just going to keep continuing to create brand new accounts and continue doing this? And if we're looking at a profile that left a review 4 months ago and then came back and left a review 2 days ago, we know they're still logging into these accounts and still using them, whether the reviews get removed or not. And if Google just removes the reviews, then okay, fine, whatever. They'll just go back and use a new account or update the review. But if Google just deletes the account and blacklists it, then they'll just go and create new ones. So it's a massive game of whack-a-mole, which is why I say Google needs to start suing these people. If Google really wants to police this space, then they need to go after these people, sue them, turn them over to the authorities, something. So Google's got to crank up the dial because this has been going on for way too long. Now, this is just one example of a business that's been dealing with this since September. Mind you, I've been looking at fake reviews for almost a decade now. It'll be 10 years coming December. So not much really has changed. The spammers are always two steps ahead of Google, and as long as they keep getting their hands slapped, where they just lose a few reviews or lose some accounts, that's not really a deterrent. You really need a massive deterrent and start having more lawsuits or have more criminal cases. So what do you think? What should Google do to protect consumers and protect the business profiles that are listed on their platform? Love to hear your thoughts.